Today, we're cooking air fryer meatballs as an ode to our favorite place in our neighborhood, Glorioso's Italian Market. I'm Erin from wellplated.com, and let's hang out while we make the meatballs. How about that?
No.
Buenissimo.
We're not using that.
One of my husband Ben and my favorite traditions as a couple is to take a Friday evening stroll through our neighborhood, just 3 blocks away to an authentic Italian deli named Glorioso's. It's been in our community more than 70 years. If we don't have plans with friends, we'll enjoy that walk through our neighborhood and then head into Glorioso's to pick up some olives and meat and cheese to snack on, bottle of wine to relax, and of course, Glorioso's fresh, handmade pasta to make our favorite comfort meal at home. So far, I have added Italian seasoned breadcrumbs, Parmesan and garlic powder. Now I'm adding some onion powder, kosher salt, my favorite kind of salt to cook with, Italian seasoning. This is a one-stop shop of a mix of Italian herbs that provides great flavor, red pepper flakes, good old black pepper, and a tablespoon of dried parsley. If you have fresh parsley, that works really nicely too, but for meatballs, I find that dried is a great shortcut. Start by whisking these all together. Now I'm adding 1 pound of ground turkey. Sometimes at the end of a hectic work week, maybe you have had to stop for fast food a couple of times because your schedule is really busy. You maybe had an indulgent dinner out or two. It's nice just to keep things a little on the lighter side at home. And that is why I love making turkey meatballs. Turkey meatballs are especially good in the air fryer because the air fryer keeps the insides moist and it makes the outsides nice and crisp. I've added our ground turkey and then an egg. I'm actually just lightly beating the egg off to the side here to help it incorporate. You could do that in a separate bowl, but why do it in a separate bowl when we can save ourselves a dish and do it in this one? You want to break apart the meat. You can use a fork. Your fingers actually are really handy for this too. Just be careful that you work with the meat very lightly. You don't want to compact it or your meatballs will end up being tough. The reason I've added the egg is to help bind the breadcrumbs to the meat. It also makes the turkey meatballs moist. Time to call in my best tools. I think it is just so important to have some kind of weekly ritual or custom with your significant other. Something that's, you know, your thing or your place. For us, it's reconnecting. Having long, intentional conversations after a hectic work week. And really, what better way to have those conversations than over fresh Italian food? I am lightly shaping our meatballs. You really can make these any size that you want. I usually do about 2 tablespoons worth. You'll end up with 15 to 20 meatballs. We're going to air fry the meatballs at 400 degrees. Coat the basket and the meatballs with nonstick spray to help the outsides crisp. Cook the meatballs in a single layer to allow the air to circulate. You'll probably need to cook them in batches. They'll cook for 7 to 9 minutes total. Flip them once halfway through. The meatballs are done when the internal temperature reaches 165 degrees, and when you cut a meatball in half, it should look fully cooked through. For another stellar air fryer recipe, check out my juicy oven-baked chicken breast. Speaking of juicy, these are moist and juicy on the inside and crisp on the outside. Now that is well plated.